Good morning, beautiful day in England today. Regarding our Patriots Tommy Robinson, you either love him or you hate him, it seems. Certainly all the university class, the career class, the journalists, the social workers, the teachers, they definitely detest him. Because of course he's a racist, isn't he? Yes, he's a hater, he's a fascist, he's blah de blah de blah. All these, moral signalling keywords that they use, racist, Nazi, bigots, blah 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 blah. They just keep repeating them and repeating them because they don't know anything about the man at all. He is, as he says himself, as some of his friends have said, a natural leader. Yeah, just shines through, despite being only like 5'4" or something. He is a natural leader because he's willing to speak the truth when no one else will. Many years ago, as you can tell from my age, many years ago, I used to work in my local town, not a mile away from here, and I did see these rape gangs who were illegal immigrants primarily, in a road near me called Victoria Road. And when I was working nights, I spoke to a couple of these victims, of these girls, and they were crying their eyes out, and I actually offered to be witnesses to two of them. When I was working nights at this place, we used to get female constables coming in for a cup of tea and a warm, and say how do and what have you. I even remember the names. One was Alison and one was Ailsa. And to both of them, I said about these illegal immigrants, these Turkish refugees, fake refugees, and Iraqi refugees who were doing this to all our girls. And the leading one of them, Joseph, actually bragged, when I was in my taxi one time, actually bragged to me how many virgins he'd been with, how many girls he got pregnant. I actually said to him, straight eye to eye, I said to him, well, if that was one of my daughters, mate, I'd put you in the ground, basically, definitely. Subsequently, they were raided by the immigration, and they were found, all but one, I think, to be illegals, and the shop was shut down, only to be reopened with another gang of greedy, ambitious followers of a certain evil ideology. The thing about Tommy is what makes him so dangerous, and indeed President Trump and Stephen Molyneux and even me to a degree, is they know a great deal about this book. This book is from the local library. It's not anywhere near like the correct, authenticated Oxford English version of this book, but it does still provide a few clues as to how they are told to treat non-members of that ideology. For instance, on this book, which you can get from your local library, it is a very left-wing, far-left apologetic version, but it does still have a few clues. For instance, every section virtually, it calls all non-members of this ideology idolaters, kafir, which is a racist word, like the N-word, but worse. And it does say here on page, this is just, we are called kafir or infidels in this book, on page 315 of this book. Verses strongly advocating war for God's religion, unconditional war. And this is unconditional as in massacres, as in genocide, as in, killing of kids. This is unconditional war, in case you didn't know it. Here we are. Section 2, page 191. This is referring to all non-believers, all non-followers. And this is written kind of 200 years after the false prophet's death. Kill them wherever you find them and turn them out from wherever they've turned you out. For fitna, that's disbelief in Allah. Fitna is worse than killing, but do not fight them at the sacred mosque unless they fight you there. In other words, massacre them everywhere, but not at the mosque. That's very nice, isn't it? Such is the reward of the unbelievers, or idolaters, or kafir. I say this is a very toned down version of this book because it does not mention all the massacres. The 4 massacres which are mentioned, I'm talking the video, mate. Yeah. It's a bit wonky.
Sorry about that, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, it's right. You have to hold it to one side, it's a bit dicky. Okay.
Appreciate that, mate.
No, it's right. Right, and then, where was up to? Yeah, and here we are on the same page, 315, and fight them, this is us. The Christians, the Jews, the Hindus, This is us. Fight them until there is no more fitna, and their religion becomes God's in its entirety. In other words, until it rules the entire earth. And this is how warlike and how aggressive this ideology has always been. As I say, in the original version of this book, this is an apologist version, one of many you'll see in the West, it does tell them all the way through, massacre us, fool us, con us. They automatically have the right to attack our kids, to take our houses, indeed do what exactly their false prophet did way back in 610, 620 AD. He invaded houses on horseback, invaded villages on horseback rather, with cutlasses, sabres going, spears, bows, shooting people with bows. Did attack at dawn or just before nightfall, before they locked the town gates, and they would immediately massacre all the men and take all their children as booty, and all the gold and what have you, as booty, as pirates' booty, sex slaves. They would sell all the kids and all the girls and all the boys as well, because old Mo, he loved a bit of the little boy. Yeah, that used to be in this book as well, but he took that out. They took that out about him abusing Hassan Hussein. So anyway, cut a long story short, Tommy Robinson and President Trump, and even myself and some people, are very dangerous because they understand the true meaning, if you can call it that, of this ideology. But it's always been aggressive. It wiped out 500 years of Christian Middle East. This is a fact. But none of the far left university guys even know about this. They're all told, oh, it's an Abrahamic religion. Nonsense. I've actually discussed this with people that just come out of university, teachers. It's nothing to do with it. It wiped out the Abrahamic religions. Get your bloody facts straight. Jesus was born in nil AD, the year of our Lord, nil AD. And he lived till he was, 41 was it, 42? This ideology only got started at 620 AD. And the Christian Middle East and the innovative, clever Christians who cooperated with one another, called each other brothers and sisters, were envied. And they were the rich people of the whole Middle East, till this gang of illiterate scum came to call. But their murdering and their raping and their inability to invent or build anything. So that's why they hate President Trump and Tommy Robinson and me, Stephen Molyneux and the rebel media. Anyone that understands the true motivations of this ideology becomes very dangerous. And Tommy, after having the EDL formed, we had like 40,000 members, is obviously, enemy number one. Enemy of the state, as it says. So I'll put this on. Please give it a share or copy this if you like. I'm sure it'll get took off quite quickly, like all my other videos and channels do. But if you could give it a share, download it, and even modify it if you like, I won't mind it at all. That's including Bernard, that mock the right. He's one of the worst ones. Supposed to be a history teacher, but he too believes it's religion of peace. It's so beautiful, the ideal system for all mankind, even though it's killed 250 million. Wiped out at least 3 civilizations, including the Roman and the Greek and the Christian civilization. All one by one, invaded, wiped out, dominated, and look what this ideology has done to the Middle East. Self-perpetuating war, revolution, gay killing, bloody subjugation of women, female genital mutilation, slavery still going on in Africa today, because in case you don't know it, old Mo, that perfect individual, PBUH, was a slave dealer, a throat-cutting murderer, a warlord, and he used to bum kids, rape little girls. It's all in the Quran. It's all in the Quran, including little Aisha, who was 6. He tried to say he didn't have relations till she was 9, but there were plenty of other little 5 and 6 year olds he did definitely rape. They were called his concubines, his sex slave. Okay, all the best, Tommy. Please give us a share and keep the faith. Please give Tommy Robinson some support. Paul Golding, if he's your thing, he equally too knows all about this savage ideology. Just calling people racist over and over and Nazi just doesn't wash. Just doesn't wash because it's against all the facts of history. See you guys. Bye bye.